Hello and welcome system admins to the system admins YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to install Microsoft Hyper-V virtualization platform in Microsoft Windows Server 2016 and how to create a virtual machine. So let's get started. First of all, you need to open a server manager. Just click on start and click server manager. So once it is installed, you will navigate to manage and add roles and features. From here, you click next and you select role based installation and click next, and you make sure you are connected to the correct server and click next. Here you can see Hyper-V. This is the role we need to install. So we will click on it and click add features and click next. Next again, and here we have to select the network adapter which we are going to use with our Hyper-V virtual machines. You can either skip this step at this moment or you can select one of your network adapters. In this particular machine, I have a network team created, so I'm going to select that team and click next. In this option, it's asking whether you want to do live migrations of virtual machines between other Hyper-V host servers. At the moment, I'm going to skip this step and click next. So you can change the default locations for the virtual machine files, for example, virtual hard disk files or virtual machine configuration files. I'm going to leave it as it is and proceed. So I'm going to select restart if required. Then this server will be automatically restarted if required during the installation, and then I will click install. So it will be installing the role now. I'll get back to you once it is done. So after about 5 minutes the server got restarted and finally we are back online. So as you can see, I have opened server manager. In the server manager, you have to click on Hyper-V and you have to right click on the server name and select Hyper-V manager. This console will open. This is where you create virtual machines and manage them. You have to click on the server name on the left pane, and you can see if you have any virtual machines, you can already see it in the list. Currently I have one virtual machine which is off. So I will show you how to create a new one. You have to just click new on the right side and select virtual machine and click next. Then you give it a name, let's say test VM. If you want to change the default location, you can do so here and click next. Then you have to select the generation. For newer virtual machine operating systems such as Windows Server 2012, 2012 R2, 2016, Windows 8 and so on, you can use generation 2. Anything else you can keep generation 1. So I'm going to use generation 2 because I will be installing Windows Server 2016 on the virtual machine as well. So I will click next, and I can set up the startup memory. When the virtual machine starts, it will use that much of memory. So I'm going to give it a 4 GB, that is 4096 MB. I can use dynamic memory. In that case, it will dynamically assign the memory as requested by the guest operating system. So I will click next. You can configure networking here. This will be the connection you have selected when you are installing the Hyper-V role. If you don't have, you can leave it as here, and later on from the virtual switch manager component, as I'm showing here, you can create an adapter, virtual adapter, and assign it to the virtual machine. I will select what I have here and I will click next. Then I have to configure the hard disk, virtual hard disk. So the name is test-vm.vhdx, that is virtual hard disk file, the newer version. I can change the location if I want. By default it's going to public documents, Hyper-V, and so on. I can assign any amount of space, the capacity of the hard disk. So I will give it 200 GB and click next. This is where you can select the operating system bootable image file location. Either you can choose to install it later, or you can browse for the ISO file of the Windows or Linux or whatever the guest operating system you want to install in this virtual machine. So you can select it by browsing it, and then you can click next. So for the moment I am going to say install an operating system later, and it will show the summary what you are going to do and how you are going to provision your virtual machine. So after you review the summary, you can click finish. So it's creating the disk and creating the components. So here, as you can see, it has created the test VM and it's in off state. Now if you haven't connected to the network when you are creating it, you have to click on virtual switch manager here, and here you can create a new virtual switch. You will select external and create virtual switch. Then you have to select the physical network connection from your server, which will be mapped to a virtual network connection. I will be explaining the entire networking segment on Hyper-V on another video, so make sure you subscribe to my channel. Then you can click apply, give it a name, click apply, and it will be created. So I'm going to remove this because I already have one created like that. So when I want to assign it to my virtual machine, I will right click on the virtual machine and click settings, and here I can, under network adapters, I can assign, or if you don't have network adapters, you can go to add hardware, network adapter, click add. Then it will come, you will select it, the virtual switch, the one you created previously, and that will be assigned to the virtual machine. You can fine tune other settings from here as well. For example, how dynamic memory works, how many virtual processors you want to allocate is as per the host server. You can define that. I will allocate 4 here. And integration services, you want to allow guest services as well, and other things you can assign from here and click OK. Also from the settings you can add a DVD drive. To do that, you have to click on SCSI controller, and then you will select DVD drive and click add. So now you have added a DVD drive to your virtual machine. From there you can select an image file, a bootable image file of the operating system. So I have a Windows Server 2016 image here, so I'm going to select that and click OK. So now I am ready to start my VM. So I will right click and click start, or another way is to do that is double click on it and open the console and press start button here. Either way it will start, and I have to press a key to boot from the attached DVD. Now it will start installing Windows Server 2016 on the virtual machine we have created. So that's it guys, thank you very much for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it and it will be helpful for you. We will be back with another video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and share the video with your friends. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.